So we had an issue come in where a teacher was trying to add a student to EdPuzzle from Google Classroom, but then when they looked, it wasn't the same student, and that left them saying, "Dear EdPuzzle, that's not my student. His name is not right." So let's see what we can do to check and see if students change their name in EdPuzzle. All right, well, hello friends, Rick Bray from the Plick team at Broontauga Bosies, and we're taking a look at seeing if students may have changed their name in EdPuzzle. First thing, I want to put up a little boop teacher because I am looking at this from the teacher side, and I'll switch it to student, and the whole screen will switch color too when we go there. But looking at the teacher side, so I'm in my Google Classroom course, and I want to go to the EdPuzzle assignment that I created. And I'm just going to go in and check and see what's happening, but not by doing that because I don't want to go to EdPuzzle. Instead, I want to look at instructions and look at student work. Why am I doing that? Well, this is the account I made some changes to in EdPuzzle, but this matches. Like this is what it should be. The students there, that's good because usually the changes that they make affect EdPuzzle and not Google Classroom. But now let's switch over to the student view, and I'll bring this window over, and now I'll switch out to wham, student view there at the top. Wham, what a great band. But here's how you can tell and see if some changes are happening on the student's end. I'm looking at the student side. I'd say to the student, hey, same deal. Can you go to that EdPuzzle and let's this time launch it? Let's go. Even if I view instructions, right, everything's cool. It's still showing up as me. It's what I would expect. But go to EdPuzzle and launch it. And everything looks good, right? But on the student side, if you have them click on the icon in the upper right-hand corner, first thing I notice is that this option should be what the name is, and it doesn't match. I can make some David Bowie style changes to this particular account. So I can click here, and in profile, here's where they can play around with their first name and their last name, but that's not the only place. It is totally possible. I could put this back to Rick, save changes, and that's cool here, but it might still show up differently in other places. But here's what I'm gonna do. This lets me know if an incorrect student is connected or if the student's just playing around with their name. In the settings tab, right? The username, this should be their email address, but what's kind of interesting here is if I try and set it back to my email address, it says no go, that's invalid. So I'm just gonna leave it as rbray1 for now, but that doesn't seem to affect anything. If I scroll down just a little bit, let me zoom in there. With these connected accounts, this connected account in Google is the way it's displayed in Google Classroom, and I don't have the ability to change that unless I click that disconnect button and log in as another student, which certainly is not a good practice in terms of cybersecurity. But that's how you can tell if an incorrect student is being connected or if your student just played around with their name. And if that's the case, we'll zoom out, just have them go back up to profile and adjust their first and last name to what it should be, and you should be in good shape. All right, so all in all, not a super harmful thing, but students are able to change their display names in EdPuzzle, and now you know how to check that. Once again, big shout out to Kyle Verspor on our team for coming up with the idea that maybe the students are able to change it. Turns out they can. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please give it a like. As always, you're welcome to subscribe to this channel to get notifications when new content like this video is posted. And as always, thanks for watching.